Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 118, where I very foolishly decided to do some work in the morning instead of the afternoon. So I've just been out for 2 very heavy slushy runs, which is not good. However, I am about to go and see something that, as I seem to be the only person in resort who knows how to read English and also turn on a telephone, I've got to go and learn how to fly a drone for the first time. It's only a little one, but it should be interesting. So, to sign off day 118, I thought I would answer a question that was asked after winning the competition for why people won't sit on my own chairs. He said it would be great to see the footage of the derby, because if you watched video number 114, I think it is, you basically see the start, the very frenetic start, and then you see the finish. And the reason why you don't see the rest of the race is quite simple. It's not very good. And I can chalk this up to probably one of the learning steps that you get when you are trying things for the first time. So let me explain. This is my helmet, and as you can see, there's a GoPro mount on the front and there's a GoPro mount on the side. I had a choice of 2 cameras. I have a very old GoPro Hero, which is borderline crap. It's a good B camera,
But I have this camera here that is much better. But unfortunately, because of the shape of this camera, I can only mount it on the side of the helmet. I can't mount it up there because it's too fat, it's too long. You might say, well, you could stick it on the top. Yeah, but really, no. Side of the helmet's much easier. It's got its own mount. I can rotate it like so, and you get an image of the view straight on. And you can even see it's mounted absolutely straight. That is where the problem is. Of course, when you try to work out how to set things up, you try to think, how am I going to mess this up in the future? And I thought about it, and I even thought when I set this up, I thought, you know what? If I point the camera on the direct line of my helmet, it's fine if I am looking in that direction. But of course, you don't usually, unless you're standing up straight, look in the direction that you're filming. You tend to, in this case, when you're in a tuck, you're crouched down like so and probably looking up very slightly. So the day before the derby happened, I actually took the camera out and filmed what would be the beginning of the race so that I could see what the footage was like. And I could see that the footage was about maybe 5 degrees down. And so, knowing that, I said, okay, I'm going to make a concerted effort when I race to actually lift my head back. So even when I'm in a tuck down there, pull my head back a little bit more so that we can get some nice footage. It all sounded very good in practice. When you finally, they start the race and you have a frenetic dash to the start line, all of that goes out the window completely. You basically, the head, instead of being like that, was down like that, as I was frantically trying to catch up with everybody who had gone into the distance. As you saw in the video, it took me, I think, somewhere in the region of 20 to 30 seconds to actually remove the ice from my boots. That is, with that going through your mind, you don't think, hey, remember, look like that. If you would like to see the extended footage of the derby, I will very happily post it online. It is about 7 minutes of the most paint-dryingly boring footage in the world, because until I actually overtake people, you can barely see them. But to each their own, and that. So that is why I didn't post the footage. And on that note, I bid you a good evening. Actually, no, I don't bid you a good evening. I say, if you would like to see the footage of the derby, and you would like to be reminded about it, there's a subscribe button just up there, and there's also one at the bottom of the video there. So, wherever you click, it would be much appreciated. And on that note, I will bid you a good evening, and I will see you all tomorrow. Well, I think we're going to be playing some poker for the last time this season. Good night.